Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. And first of all, I want to apologize if I do sound a little bit different. I have just woken up to the new community transmission regarding everything that we need to know in terms of patch notes for tonight's update. For those of you that don't know, we are getting capital supremacy in tonight's update alongside 2 new reinforcements and a complete lightsaber rework. So those are all the details that I'm going to go over now. I'm not going to waste too much time doing an intro because there is a fair bit to go through, and I'm going to jump straight into it. So if you're new to the channel and you love Star Wars Battlefront 2, make sure you subscribe to the channel because I will have a ton more videos coming in the future, and I will also be live streaming capital supremacy as soon as it launches. Anyways, I'm going to skip down a little bit because some of the stuff in here we already do know as of the previous community transmissions, so I'm going to get down to lightsaber combat changes. They've written that the lightsaber is a lethal tool that requires a tempered mind and skilled body to wield, not to mention prowess with the force. With a lot of player feedback, we've updated lightsaber combat, including stamina changes to provide an overall better player experience. Now they've left a link to full lightsaber combat changes, which I will have down in the description for you guys, but basically they've removed the staggers when hitting a blocking opponent, and they've given you a stamina drain, basically how many lightsaber swings you can do against a blocking opponent until you have no stamina left, and you have to pretty much back off and recharge that before you can start swinging again. So it's not like now where if you drain all of your stamina you can still swing your lightsaber. That's now gone. You pretty much have to recharge it after you've drained it, and you can't attack until you do so. They've also got new ratings for all the different characters on how many times they can swing, how many times they can deflect blaster bolts and things like that. That's all going to be detailed in that link below, so make sure you guys check that out after this video. In terms of new content, we know they're releasing Capital Supremacy with Pipeline Junction West as the playable map. They're going to have interior maps inside the Republic Attack Cruiser and Separatist Dreadnought during this Capital Supremacy mode as well. They've added the ability to play against and alongside AI online as part of Capital Supremacy and added the 2 new reinforcements. They've also added the new appearance for Count Dooku, which of course is his exquisite pajamas. Now personally I see this as a bit more of a meme, and it is quite funny, but you know, we don't see Count Dooku with a lot of different appearances throughout the Clone Wars or in the prequel movies, so I think it's kind of a good idea. I guess if you can pull a skin out of somewhere, then go for it. So I'm definitely going to be unlocking it and playing around with it for a little bit just for the memes, and I'm sure most of you guys will be too. Another thing they've done is they've added Tripper Hive to Hero Showdown. So in my opinion, I don't really play Hero Showdown all that much, and I don't think a lot of the player base does, but I could be wrong. If you guys play Hero Showdown, let me know down in the comments below. In terms of quality of life changes, the look of the emote wheel on the collection menu has been updated, and with Capital Supremacy they have adjusted the battle point costs to reflect the change in value for the reinforcements that they have introduced. Now there's a lot of hero changes, so bear with me while I go over all of this. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, and hopefully I can get through all of it because it is a lot to go through. They've improved lightsaber combat in a variety of ways, removed the staggering when a player attacks an enemy who is blocking, a hero can no longer attack when they have no stamina, removed the stamina costs associated with pressing and holding block. After being hit by a lightsaber, players will not be able to be staggered by a lightsaber attack for 0.8 seconds, added stamina costs to Darth Maul's attacks, balanced Rey's insight and Darth Vader's focus rage abilities. They now give 50% reduced stamina costs when active. So basically the reasoning behind Darth Maul getting a stamina rating now is pretty much so you just can't swing spam. With no stagger, you would be able to just swing away with Darth Maul because obviously he had no stamina drain. In terms of Rey and Darth Vader, their abilities both give them pretty much unlimited stamina, so I think that's going to be adjusted as well, back down to 50% reduction for them. They've rebalanced damage from existing lightsaber heroes by increasing Darth Maul's lightsaber damage from 100 to 120 points. Attack from behind bonus damage was increased from 20 to 30 points. They've increased Darth Vader's lightsaber damage from 120 to 130, and his attack from behind went from 20 to 30 bonus. Yoda's lightsaber attacks is now 125 points and 25 from behind. Luke's attack is now 120 points and 30 bonus from behind. Rey's lightsaber attack is 110 to 120, which personally I didn't really think needed changing. Rey's damage is perfectly fine where it is, but I guess they wanted to improve it a little bit just to keep it on par with the dark side changes. They've also fixed an issue that would allow certain heroes and troopers to still shoot or block during the falling or freezing animations. They fixed an issue where Kylo's pull and Darth Maul's chokehold abilities would occasionally activate twice when an enemy is in the same place as the last time the abilities were used. They've also fixed several issues with abilities and weapons occasionally not properly outlining enemies, including Lando's X8 Night Sniper, Bosk's Predator ability, and Boba Fett's For the Hunt ability. Now getting into the actual hero changes, they've improved the timing of Anakin's abilities to allow for more timely attacks after an ability is performed, and they've adjusted the button placement for Anakin's abilities to allow for more intuitive intuitive controls. Now this I'm excited for. This is something I requested when Anakin came out, and it sounds like they're actually listening. Pull dominance is now going to be your left trigger, middle trigger is going to be heroic impact, and the right trigger ability is going to be passionate strike. This is something I've been asking for because I do think that the pull ability should be on par with Kylo's, and just keeping it balanced that way and in the same situations. They also fixed an issue where Anakin would be unable to attack or cast abilities if he was stunned by an ability while retribution was active, and they edited the description for Anakin's heroic impact and Anakin's pressure star card for clarity. Luke's star card glitch is also being fixed, which is a good touch because they were constantly getting unequipped, so that's going to be nice to see in there as well. Obi-Wan gets an increased active duration of restrictive mind trick from 3 to 4.5 seconds, and they fixed an issue which would not allow players to use their secondary fire when under the influence of Obi-Wan's restrictive mind trick ability. I'm assuming this is in regards to like Iden or the Heavy that has the secondary fire. That's kind of annoying that you can't use it, but it's good that they're looking into that and going to change it. Count Dooku got some animation improvements and some clipping issues fixed, and something to do with the foolish emote would be missing lip sync, so that's now fixed as well. Boss got some star card fixes, same with Boba Fett, and they've corrected the values on the anti-hero rockets for accuracy. Not huge changes here for the rest of the heroes. It doesn't sound like there's anything really dramatic being changed. It's more just animations and simple fixes of issues that were kind of not really relevant, more to do with the star card descriptions and things like that. But they also fixed an issue for Kylo Ren where a combination of his freeze and pull ability would cause the blocking functionality of other lightsaber heroes to break. So that's kind of a good thing that they fixed that, because if people knew that, honestly I didn't know that that was a thing, but if people knew that and they could abuse that, then that's definitely an issue that needed to be fixed. If you guys want to check out all the hero changes, I will leave the link down in the description to the community transmission, and you guys can go through all of those as well. They've fixed the issue with Galactic Assault where you would be kicked if you were in pre-round for more than 5 minutes. Strike, they fixed an issue with the team size balance restrictions on Strike being incorrect, and it will now not require perfectly balanced teams for a match to begin. Jakku had some invisible walls that players could hide behind. This is hilarious. I'm surprised this is actually a thing, but I guess they wanted to fix it, which is a good thing. I don't know why it happened in the first place, but it's just one of those things that pops up and you need to take care of. They've added Hailfire droids firing missiles as Battle Beyond elements on Geonosis. Battle Beyond is pretty much the fight that you see in the background. I'm not sure that was really necessary, but if it was a simple change and didn't take up too much time, then I'm all for it. In terms of squad spawn changes, they've enabled the messaging for when a player is being spawned on. No battle points are awarded in this event. I'm assuming this is to stop the battle point glitch that they've been having. Maybe they can't figure out how to fix it or what's causing it, so they're just going to remove that spawn on battle points award. They also fixed an issue where you'd get no sound watching in the squad spawn screen. There's some vehicle changes there as well, but nothing too crazy, and some changes to the classes and special units. Again, you guys can read that in the community transmission below. Nothing really hectic. It's just like the scan dart and the CR2 night vision, similar to what they were doing with Lando's X8 Night Sniper and Bosk's Predator abilities. These are now fixed as well. In terms of general changes, they fixed an issue where the names of certain emotes would not fit accurately in allocated space of the emote wheel, fixed an issue where players could re-trigger an emote quickly at the end of an emote animation. They improved readability of players' names, fixed an issue where idle kick rules wouldn't work if a player joins a game through the social hub. They also fixed an issue where unlocking certain emotes would trigger an error, and the player would have to reboot the title to access the emote. They've updated the user agreement, which doesn't really apply to many of us. They've also fixed an issue where lightsaber audio would be heard while in customized star cards menu for lightsaber heroes. The last fix for the update was they fixed the problem where some heroes would be performing their front end menu animation when being selected on the spawn screen. So guys, I know there was a lot to take in there. Honestly, in my opinion, the lightsaber changes sound okay. I'm not really 100% sure until I actually test it out. So if you guys are watching stream tonight, I will give you my 100% thoughts once I've used it and see how they all go. In terms of Capital Supremacy, I'm super excited, guys. The new reinforcements sound amazing. I'm looking forward to testing them out, and if you guys haven't checked out my videos on them already, jump back on the channel and have a look. I will have links down in the description as well, and hopefully some cards popping up at the end of this video. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. That's everything that I wanted to talk about and discuss with you guys. What do you think of this news, and what do you think of Capital Supremacy? Definitely let me know in the comments down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I am the Twisted Jedi, and may the Force be with you always.